Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Samson. So I just checked out this article in M4G, and it's basically talking about the percentage of players that use female teams in FIFA, right? The soccer game or football game, depending on where you live. Um, and I find it interesting because you know a lot of that 9% that they're talking about is out of I think the PS4 sold 10 million copies of this game worldwide, and I think Microsoft sold or Xbox sold, I think it was like about almost 4 million, and then that's not including PC, which is probably a lot more. So you're talking a good, maybe a good 20 something million copies sold of this game. So 9% of that is like a high amount of, a lot of people are playing women's teams. Um, so it's just interesting that this always comes up when it comes to women games, women in games, women playing games, women doing almost just about anything. And if you argue any facts or if you argue anything against what they're saying, they call you an SJW because you're not just following the rest of the sheep. You know what I mean? But anyways, this is what I want to say to people who think that because there's a lot of people in the comment section that believe that that they should remove the women, or if they did remove the women, then the SJWs would get all upset, and this, that, and the other. And you know what? You're right. People would get upset. You know who would get upset? Someone that has a little girl, that's just joined soccer for the first time because she just finished watching a women's soccer game that was probably really good, really amazing. I've watched some of these games, especially in the World Cup. These girls are fantastic, man. They're better than I'll ever be. And you know what? And actually, that's just, I shouldn't even say that because you know, I'm no good at soccer. But what I will say is, man, it's just as entertaining as the men. They work just as hard. They train just as hard. They deserve everything they have. They deserve. And there's a lot of arguments out there when it comes to, because they wanted to get equal pay, right, or more pay, at least more pay. And a lot of men out there, especially with this article, they're like, they want, not this article, but the people in the comment sections and that, there it's this whole thing about they don't draw as many people watching their games as the men do. But you know what? You have to look at facts. The fact is that if you were to search Google right now, right, the most watched soccer match in American history, right, you will see that it was the U.S. women's soccer team against Japan. And that was 25 million people watched that. I watched it, okay? And I don't really watch soccer. You know what I'm saying? So, so the point is this: they deserve, if they're making money for these companies, then you know what, they will keep them. They'll keep having them in the game. I mean, on the game or in the game. I mean, not on the game, in the game. And for people who are out there hating, listen, man. This is what I'm starting to think when I'm starting to think this, and I never did before. But for all these men, okay, that are into video games and this, or these boys that are into video games, you know, you every time anything has to do with a woman being in a game, right? You guys always cry and talk about SJWs. And I would like to say one thing to you. What makes you so insecure in your life that you hate everything women that has to do with gaming? Is it because you're a hermit and you have no life, and you will never get a date ever in your life, and so just the sight of a woman reminds you of your flaws, of who you are in life? Is that what it is? Because it seems that you seem to always have a problem with women being in anything. You know what I'm saying? The reason why these companies are introducing women into these games is because you know what they do? They do research. They look and they see the whole 25 million people watched a female soccer game in the World Cup. That's more than the men. Hey, I got an idea, Jim. What's that, Bob? Well, why don't we introduce them into our video game? Wow, that's pretty smart, Bob. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just common sense what they're doing. It's money that drives these companies. And The reason why they're throwing these women into these games and into the movies and all this stuff, Star Wars, everything, all these women are going. And I can tell you one thing. There will be a time if they keep on doing it, it'll be too much just for society in general. Like, they'll want to see other people and other characters, right? But for now, they're making so much money off of this, okay? And little girls finally have people to look up to. Not that they can't look up to a man, but it's just nice that they can look up to a female soccer player. You know what I mean? And say, I want to be just like her and strive to be great just like her. And so that way, as they're growing, they can practice and get better. And one day they'll be in the World Cup. And at that time, maybe it'll be the norm. You know what I mean? 25 million. You know what I mean? So don't worry about it, guys, man. You still have all the, football, like American football, hockey. I mean, even women's hockey is becoming huge. And I watch women's hockey, you know. I like women's sports. I like all sports. If they're good, they're good. I don't care what your gender is. You could be a transsexual. If you're good at a sport, I'm going to watch you play. Because you know what I'm into? I'm into the sport. I'm into watching you play. You know what I mean? So anyways, guys and gals, if you come across articles like this, don't get upset. Just, you know what? Don't get upset. Just all you can do is just explain to people that may be misinformed. Explain to them the truth, man. You know what I mean? And hopefully their bias won't get in the way. So anyways, guys, I'm going to leave the link down below to the article, and you can check it out for yourselves. But until then, I will talk to you later. Goodbye.